All right, y'all, what's poppin', man? It's your boy Hood getting back at you. Birthday day popping up tomorrow. I'm feeling good about that young 50 years old, man. It's been a journey. It's been a journey to get here, man, but I feel good. Feel like $1,000,000. It's an official issue out here, man. I'm just grateful to be alive, grateful to be on the planet. Definitely lost a lot of homies along the way, family members. And so my older brother, rest in peace, Bear Hood, he actually is older than me. He would have been 50, but he 50 something, by now 52. He passed away about actually like 14, 15 years ago. And so that's big bro. I love him so much and I miss him. He's the one who trained me after my father and gave me a lot of knowledge on how to survive and succeed in the world. And I just, man, I'm so grateful that I had a chance to meet my big brother and hang with him and do stuff with him. You know what I'm saying? Because now, as a strong man, I get to utilize those skills he helped me build. You know what I'm saying, big bro. But yeah, so I mean, my birthday hitting. I've been making movies since my 20s, so I'm always making film. Always gonna be making films too. You know, one good thing that happened to me last year is I ran into some producers and they helped me make my own rap album, which was unique to me because I never had a rap album. It was like, whoa, I made a rap album. It felt dope as hell too. And it sound good to the motherfucker. You know, my shit crazy because I already rap. You know what I mean? I've been rapping. It's just you can't really, I couldn't really make money from it because I wasn't like in studios and shit like that. My homies didn't have all that. So I didn't really get a chance to go to the studios and do shit like that. But I knew it existed and I wanted to. Just never came around. I actually got into the filmmaking world. I was always chasing filmmaking and movies and cameras and shit like that. But one day I wanted to make rap and rap albums, and then God blessed me to run to some producers on Michigan Avenue. See, that's one thing about being out there amongst the people, man. You get to kick it with people and then get to rock with their vibe. You know what I'm saying? See how they vibe rock with yours. And if it works out, if the vibe is right, y'all could get together and make magic. And that's what happened. That's what happened on the movie making too. When we making films, a lot of times it's like getting people together that don't know each other, getting people together that gotta kind of get to know each other and work with each other as far as being respectful with each other in the same environment, respecting each other's creative process. All, all that stuff is a part of getting this thing going. When you're independent, you work for yourself. So you got to definitely take a puff when you get done talking to so many people. That helps you mentally because you're talking to so many freaking people that your brain is gonna start collecting what the hell they saying, and you'll be having memories of conversations, and you don't even want to have the memories because it's just too much to actually it's too much to try to capture in one brain. You just one person, like you ain't no box or no recorder. You know what I'm saying? But you doing what you got to do in order to make your money. So you got to talk to people. You got to let them feel comfortable. See, the trick about Michigan Avenue, and I know it's like, damn, how the fuck you got there? Because so many people come to the world of Chicago. Chicago is like a world-renowned location, so it's a reason for people to come in for their own good, whether it's a vacation, visit family, move here, whatever their reasons for coming to this town, that's their reasons. And we want to make sure we got a unit or a product for them to take home because there's so many people on earth. So that maybe you might not be interested, and that's okay. That's nothing wrong with you not being interested. There are so many other people in the world that you don't have to care about who don't want it. If you look at places or any company, they're not walking around begging you to come to their store. They might put a little flyer or a newspaper bulletin on your desk or on your porch or something like that in the newspaper. Let you know what they're up to or mail it to you. But technically, they only want people that's coming to buy it. You know what I'm saying? That's why when you go to stores, they say, "Oh, you a customer, we give you 20% off, we give you 5% off, we give you this, that, and the other. Take this card, put your phone number in there," because they really trying to make new customers come. They want new people to pop up. They want new people to come in that's gonna also be a part of this thing. They're not chasing the people who gonna be like, "Ah, I ain't interested in that shit." So that's really the same thing with this. Uh, the first step is I had to create the thing, and that's the hardest part because you put your heart and soul into putting a craft of something together, whether it's music, a movie, whatever. After I created that thing, I want to make sure I got it to the people. But how do you get it to the people? You have to literally get it to the people. You got online. Online is always there, but it's something about the physicalness of catching and the right people too, because with tourism, and that's what it basically is. It's tourism. It's people from all over the world. Hawaii, Singapore, Venezuela, you name a country, you name an island, they come to Chicago. It's like a baby in New York. They're not necessarily coming here to live. They're coming to visit. most times in New York, a lot of people come there to live, or even LA, but Chicago is a good visit town. It's like you go through Michigan Avenue, downtown area, and it's just so vivid and dope. Something to look at, the architecture, the river. There's just a lot of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? So then you get a chance to get around that and present your product to people because they're gonna want something when they head home. Just like we do when we go on vacation. If we go on vacation, you want something to take back. This is what, even if it's a small thing, a keychain, a cup. Um, the actual product that we selling is a antiquated product, but it's a collector's item. It allows people to say, "Hey, I always have the physical thing that this is," and that really is what we plan into because a lot of people want something physical. They want a thing to go home with, and that's it. Maybe it's a towel that says "I love Chicago." Maybe it's a shot glass, and maybe it's a key ring or whatever. Maybe it's just a little fuzzy doll or something like that. People are always trying to have something to go back to their homes with or the places they're from with because they feel like they're having a great experience. And so that's another thing. So I'm always really chipper and happy with people because you can't be angry because they ain't gonna want to stop. They're gonna be like, man, I do that. Get away from me. They're gonna look at you upside your head. So again, you're talking to every single person on earth. So some people will still deal with you if you're mad. Some people will not. So it's a little dynamics you gotta have to do this thing, man. There's a few dynamics involved in it. You know what I'm saying? But I like kicking it with y'all because I know y'all probably never did this, but I know you probably heard of people who have sold a mixtape, sold music, sold films. This is really a lucrative thing because it allows you to talk directly to the people. That's setbacks too, because you don't get a person holding your money for 2 weeks. You don't have the accumulation of people of your money stacking up because when you leave, you get to use the money on your own accord. Whether you're running it towards your business, you're getting something to eat, or whatever you're doing. No, in jobs, the money is held for 2 weeks. So it's one of those things where you got to be very diligent about saving money and keeping money put up because it's too fast for you to be like, well, fuck it, let me go buy this thing. Or you know what, I'm just gonna get this today. And in a job, it's not like that. You can't use the money to buy something every damn day. It's just not how it works. You can use the money to get something on payday. You know what I'm saying? But with this kind of situation, you got every day so many people walking through the city, they'll actually give you money. But it's your diligence. Do you put it in the pot towards a check? Or do you use it to live your life? Yo, what's good, my people out there? This your boy Hood, man. Chilling, man. Cold and a bitch. Supposed to be my birthday tomorrow. Chilling in a bitch, man. It's supposed to be summertime. Well, okay, it's technically spring, but summer start in like 2 weeks. But look, I gotta holler at y'all about something, man. I just had a phone call from my son, man. We had to have that daddy father talk, man. He like, Daddy, you wasn't in my life growing up, man. What happened, man? I had to go and tell him all them little stories about how life was tough and how I couldn't be as much as I wanted there. But technically, I was trying to be in his life, but me and his mother never saw eye to eye. So she kept me out, and that's just what it was. And it's basically heartbreaking as a father because it's like I tried every fucking thing I could, but I'm not the super innocent boo dude because I was violent. I used to put my hands on her, and I was young in my early 20s, and I had to go get help on that shit, and then I did. You know what I'm saying? But now I look back at it, and I wish I wasn't like that when I was younger. But you can't change the past. And then eventually, that was her punishment, where I couldn't see the kid, and he just stayed out my life. I basically just it never ended. It just kept sustained. And I'm literally sad to say that I had to wait for Facebook to come around so that I could start talking to my kid. Hi. But that's what it was. It was depressing. It was horrible. As a parent, you think that you're gonna be in your kid's life, but it just didn't work out like that. So I know y'all got dad issues or situations where not your own dad, but being a dad to a kid or being a parent to a kid or something like that happened to you. What the kid don't understand, and this is what our conversation was about, is how much you long to be with them. It's not this thing where I was like, oh yeah, oh I got no kid, party. It's like, no, I was fucking wishing I could. Like I went to court, I did everything I could. It's just that you can only control so much when you're young. You have money, you have a job, place to stay. You build your life. You're trying to get educated. Life is not what you expect. It's like it is what it is. So it's like, how do I explain that to him at his age today? You know what I'm saying? He's actually 30. He'll be 30 in a couple weeks. Sorry, November. So as a parent, it's like, what do you do? How do you talk to this kid to make him understand that it wasn't like I was trying to just run out on you? I had my own stuff I had to fix in my life. And I told him, I said, you've been to church your whole life. I said, you've met people in church who've said, oh, I was living this kind of lifestyle and then I got born again. I found God. I found a way to get over my stuff. I said, I think I deserve that same stuff. I was young. And then when I found out how to deal with issues and learn and get people to help train me through it, I became a better and stronger man. So treat me the same way they had to do in them churches because you're young. You don't know exactly what's going on, how you're supposed to be until you figure it out. And so that was just what that was. So I married, got a new relationship, and I never, actually I did double back, and I had a baby with the girl again. But that's the level of love I have for her, thinking that we can get through it. But it wasn't like that. So eventually I got back with my wife, and we just been trucking through it ever since. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what that old love do. It make you think that you could make things better. But we did have some dope kids, and that's really what this is all about. So we do have to chat it out, the kids and me, about what happened, because they only know things from the mom perspective. But even talking about that shit, it gets you emotional. It gets you saying shit that you don't feel, feelings that you don't really have, but you just gotta express. And I have to tell them that, like, hey, I don't mean these things today. I'm telling you the feelings and thoughts that was going through my head at that time. It's not today. I don't feel like that. You know what I'm saying? These things is so many years removed and far from right now. But bringing up those old conversations, bringing back some of the feelings. But it's not like that's today. That's not how I feel today. You know what I'm saying? So we just had to chat it out. We're just talking through, you know what I'm saying? And I told him, I said, what's more important now is to make sure that our relationship is better because we couldn't control that. That was other people's hands and they decided what they decided and we just had to function with it. And then I fought as much as I could to try to make sure I still got in your life and saw you. But at the end of the day, we didn't have control over that. But we got control over it now. And it's more important that we talk and have a rapport with each other so it don't interfere with our growth and development together. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're a young man now. You're not a kid. You know what I'm saying? So I even told him about the time when his social media is around today, and so the mother of my kid hit me on one of those social media platforms, and I thought it was kind of odd because I was like, wait a minute, we ain't talked in years with no capacity. So I was thinking like, why would she connect to me like that? And I told my kid, even a younger kid, I said, when you've got a relationship with a girl, sometimes you get so familiar with each other that you know each other. Like, okay, look, I don't give a damn what relationship you're in the future or what's going on. If I hit you like this, you know I'm coming to contact you. And I know I need to talk to you one on one like the way we used to talk. And I was like, could this be that? But at this time of my life, I'm way older. So I didn't respond. I didn't say nothing. I told my kid that was happening. And I told him, I said, when you get older, this might happen to you. An old relationship that broke up for whatever reason. You did it, she did it, however. Now all of a sudden, it's been a long time past and they hit you up. They say, what do you do? That's really a test. Are you still in love with her? Are you going to hit her back? What if you came up? What if your life is so much better now? And then here come this thing that you missed it. And it just stopped so abruptly or it just didn't finish the way you wanted it to. And it's like, do you go back? So it's really a test that you could teach your kid from. I didn't go back because I had become on my way older man. I understand things. That she would have hit me at 29, 30, 27. I'd have been like, what? Hey, where you at? Because this is you're younger. So you're thinking like, okay, let's try again. But at this age, it's like, I don't think we're compatible. I don't think we go, and it take a while. We've been through this, but you just got this passion and love for this person. You can't stop it. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be 50 years old tomorrow. And it actually was good to talk to my son about that, but you kind of want them to be healed. You don't want them to keep having daddy thoughts or daddy issues as an older bro. It's like, hey, man, you're too old to be still sad about what happened when you was a kid. Because you can't control that. You was a kid. You didn't control your parents. You couldn't control their love. You couldn't control their relationship. So forgive it and move on. But it takes time in life before you can accept these things and then move on. And when you get your own relationships, you got a chance to do it your way. Whether you do it the right way or the wrong way, it's your chance. So that's all I got on that issue. I'm jumping out the window. I'm gonna holler at y'all later, but I want to talk to y'all about that because, turning 50 years old tomorrow is a lot of those time frames was my pastime, and it's just trying to think about it today. It's just like, wow, we went through a lot to get to this age. You know what I'm saying? So, and that was just with my, and that was so hurtful not being a dad in this life like I wanted to, bro. That shit was, you couldn't imagine a thing. You couldn't even imagine it. But it is what it is. And, you gotta let God decide, and God decided. So, but as I told him, I'm here for you now. I'm here for you today, and I ain't never gonna not be here for you. You know what I'm saying? You're adult. It's not we couldn't control back then, but we got control of today, and that's all that matters. All right. Peace.